So, you're an atheist.
Yes.
How'd that happen?
My parents are Jewish, but
Is there some connection between those two things?
no. I was just explaining how it happened. So they sent their kids to Jewish. I went to public school, but then at the end of the day, we'd go to Hebrew school. So we'd go twice a week, and then on Sundays. I was going to say Saturdays, but that's not true. It's Sundays. And so I did that like all through my childhood, up past my bar mitzvah, up until I was in high school. And after going through Hebrew school, went to the Baltimore Hebrew College for where I continued in the upper grades, and I had a pretty good Jewish education. And at some point when I was in junior high school, I just found I didn't believe. I feel like it wasn't even like there was a moment of revelation. It was a dawning on me that the story of the Bible didn't really seem to add up, and seemed really, really like a very ornate and unnecessary way to explain something that's much more easily explained without God.
This dawned on you? I mean, you weren't pondering this? You must have been pondering it.
I was pondering it because I was in Hebrew school. But then also, around the time that I was 12 or 13, I feel sort of embarrassed to say this because I feel like I don't believe any of these things in these books, but I read these books by Eric von Daniken, Chariots of the Gods, and there's like a series of books whose thesis was that what we think of as the Bible and religions around the world were actually visitors from outer space who came to this planet, and they're the ones who performed all the miracles and tried to set people with a code of ethics. And I remember being in Hebrew college and arguing about this with the rabbis at the Hebrew college. And I remember being sent down to Rabbi Smoller's office because I was such a disruptive presence with these books that I was reading. And then he was a very kind and very smart man, and he would argue with me too. And that was kind of like a pivot on my way to just straight up atheism. And soon enough, I jettisoned the Eric von Daniken.
When did you start self-identifying, or like you would, if somebody asked you about this, you were
15, probably 16.
By the time you were 15, 16, how did your parents respond to that?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't think it was. They weren't super religious. Like neither of them had been like a lot of secular Jews.
Right.
Like they had been raised without having a synagogue or anything. And one of the reasons why they sent us to Hebrew school was to get the Jewish education that they kind of came to wish that they had. You know. Right. And so I don't think it was a super big deal. Like Judaism is such like a funny mix of things in America, where it kind of doesn't matter if you believe in God. The whole point is whether or not you believe in God. Like it's sort of like you're a Jew whether you believe in God or not. Like okay. I'm still a Jew. Like I'm stuck with it. It's sort of like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any control over that. I'm a Jew whether or not I believe in God.
Right.
And they strongly suspected that our rabbi actually didn't believe in God either. That he would say stuff from the bima that for them was a signal, and his message was kind of like, it doesn't matter if you believe in God. Like what matters is like you got some rules here. Seems like just be following those. You need to treat each other well on earth, and that seems to be true whether or not there's a God. So why don't we just all do that?